Yo, friends, you want to see something pretty cool? This is the lower jaw of a Dorado, which is pretty sick. Look at those badass teeth. Wicked, wicked. But here's the cool thing, the coolest thing. This is the lower jaw, and then obviously you got your top jaw comes down on top like that. You see this kind of line here in the center? So if I show you from the top, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually a hinge. So that enables this bony jaw to hinge and get bigger and wider. So that means as that thing comes in to take a bigger chunk. Bow. How cool is that? Badass fish. Pretty cool. If you want to see a couple of videos on this, I'll leave you a link up here and you can go check them out. They're just the coolest fish ever. Probably the baddest fish in freshwater, I reckon. That's not what I'm talking about. I just wanted to show you that because it's pretty sick. It's Friday. I'm going to fill it with a filler. And I've had a heap of you asking me questions about my lanyard. What is it? Where's it from? What do I have hanging off of it? How have I got it set up? Well, that's what I'm going to do this week. Tell you all about my lanyard. Let's go. That's the guy. Alright, sweet. So, if you watch my videos, you will have totally seen this a lot, all the time. Well, in fact, every time, because I pretty much never fish without this. I can't fish without this. If I forget this, I pretty much have to go home and get it. So I used to fish with a vest when I first started kind of, I guess, fly fishing. And then quite a few years ago I decided that I just didn't like the bulk and just the weight and that kind of stuff. So I was looking for another system and I happened across the Lanyard and hip pack system. And it's taken me a few years, actually quite a lot of years actually, to kind of fine tune it to what I've got now, which works really, really well for me. So yeah. I have my lanyard and then I have my hip pack, and then between the two of those I have everything I need to kind of fish, you know, change rigs, retie, change flies, lengthen my leader, all that kind of shit. So I've tried a few lanyards over the years and then I came across golden trout lanyards, and by far these are the best lanyards out there that I've found anyway. Really well thought out, it's really well made, bulletproof. I can't break these, and that says a lot because I break a lot of stuff. I break most stuff, but this thing just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. I'll link golden trout lanyards at the top of the description this week, just so if you're interested, you can click on that, go check them out. I can't remember what model this is. I mean, there's like a million different models, and you can even ask to have one specifically made up exactly how you want it. So the options are endless. So I'm going to go through what I've got on here because, like I said before, quite a lot of people ask me what I've got going on here. Right, so where can I start? We've got a foamy thing on the neck so it doesn't rub into there, which is great. You can adjust how long or how short you want it to get it to the, you know, perfect place so it doesn't get in your way. A super cool safety feature on here is this kind of snap open jobby here. So if you got into trouble in the river, fell in, got caught up on something, whatever, you're not going to get strangled and drowned by it, which I think is great. Little crocodile clip jobby McJobby at the bottom, and you just use that to clip onto your waders or your shirt so that when you bend over it doesn't swing out and get in your way, make you angry. Like I said, you can have this set up any way you want. This is just how I've got it set up. I'm going to start from this side here and then I'll work my way around. So this is my little lube holder, if you will. I like the old Loon Aquel stuff, but whatever you use, that'll hold that nicely. I like the Loon stuff because when it's really, really cold, it doesn't go all kind of solid and goopy. This is always liquid, so I like that for that reason. And then I come in on down, I've got my strike indicator tool. So for this, if you use the New Zealand strike indicator system, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a small tubing and a big tubing. And for the small tubing, this tool's pretty handy just to kind of thread it on, pull the line through. So that sits on there. Coming down to the bottom, I've got my nippers on a zinger. These nippers are from Rising. Same guys who do my net actually. They do some cool tools, some little good scissors, and these nippers are wicked. I've also got the big pair for saltwater stuff. Wicked stuff. And then I've got this little, well, this is just a container that I've got attached to this, but in here, oh, it's empty. But this is where I keep like used indicators and spare indicator tubing, that kind of stuff. If I take an indicator off, I just chuck it in here, and then I can put it back on real easy without losing it or dropping it. And then on the right hand side here, I've got my trusty bottle opener. Essential stuff. In the middle here, this is where I've got my range of tippet and leader material. This green stuff here is mono, and I've got that from 8.5, I've got it in 6, and I've got that in 4.5. Never use a 4.5, but hey, it's there. And then the orange stuff here is fluoro, and I've got that again from 7.5 down to 5.5. Oh, there's some 4 in there, but again, I've never used that. Generally don't get any lighter than 5.5 pound. And then these two on the end here is just 10 pound fluoro mono. Got some 10 pound line there, which I use for my step down on my nymph rigs, and also if I'm fishing certain rivers or big fish around some snaggy stuff that I can't kind of follow them around or down or around or into, sometimes I'll fish that. 10 pound down to 5.5 pound pretty much in fluoro and mono. To be fair, I normally only use fluoro because I like it. I definitely use that for my nymph rigs, and then I generally use that for my tippet, even when I'm fishing a dry fly. And that's all scientific angled stuff. It's good stuff, solid. So that's pretty much in a nutshell how I've got my lanyard set up. I've got it set up kind of low on me because I generally have a GoPro here. But like I say, if there's certain things you want on there, if you want all zingers, Steve will do that for you. If you want something special, he'll do that for you. He does ones with like a little fly box in the middle here. There's all sorts of stuff. Totally go on there and check it out if you're thinking about kind of switching over to a lanyard system. He's also a really good guy, really good customer service. Gets them made up, gets them sent out real quick. And then any problems you have, he's super good at following up. So the other really cool thing is this guy right here. But it's obviously a rod holder or sling or whatever you want to call it. I don't actually know what he calls it, but it's really cool. You can bang like half a dozen rods in there, and it just kind of stops them from moving around, getting in your way. It just keeps them all kind of controlled and neat. Other than the fact you can stick a lot of flies in there and make it look really funky, which I love. It's actually really practical. The jelly bean smelly thing, that's not included. So when it comes to you know, traveling between spots and rivers and you know, that kind of stuff, if you don't need to break your rods down, it's Brimo. Yeah, that's it. I hope that answers some questions. I personally think this is a brilliant way to fish, but hey man, different strokes for different folks. This works for me, it might work for you. That's it. Kind of a short, simple one this week, but it's almost lunchtime on Thursday, and I'm just filming this now and I've got to post it in the morning. So yeah, I was pretty slack this week. Hopefully I'm going to go out fish tomorrow while you're watching this, and then maybe get out with Gareth at the weekend. Don't know. Anyway, hope this was helpful for you guys that were interested in it, and if you didn't know about it, hope it was informative. Thanks for tuning in again. Thanks for all your ideas and your comments and your questions. Gives me material to work with for these fillers. I'm going to run these every week for probably another month, and then once the season starts, I'm probably going to drop them back maybe fortnightly, just because I'm not going to have time to do 2 videos a week all the way through summer. Anyway, keep your ideas coming in. It's awesome to know what you guys want to see, so at least I know I'm not just rambling shit for no reason. Like, comment, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe. It'd be really cool to have you along. Got some good stuff coming up through summer, and if you like the video so far, you're gonna like what's coming up. I will have a video for you Tuesday, so make sure you tune in for that. Till then, have a great weekend. Go fishing.